A Link to the Past. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past continues. Let's go. So, we have done it all, if you can believe that. Take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. All that stands between us and the conclusion is dungeon number 7. We did all the other dungeons yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Ice dungeon over there in the southeast corner. The Florida of dungeons. Straight up whipped my ass. I mean, it wrecked me. But we had fun. We had a good time. And now here we are at the end of the game. And, you know, if you don't mind, I would like to take a moment before we continue on and just sort of talk about the game, if that's okay with you. It's impossible for me to explain if you weren't alive in playing video games in 1991. It's hard for me to explain to you how big of a deal this game was and what a strange time period this was for video games by today's standards, where you had a company like Nintendo, right? And they were firmly in control of everything. This is like a period where like your innovator wasn't Sony or Xbox, or PlayStation or Xbox. Your innovations were all coming from Nintendo, which is a weird thing. And I know they're like, well, look, you can take the game with you now. It's got 2 little things or whatever, and that's all whatever, fine. But I'm talking about in terms of like actual like gameplay, right? I recommend people do this for a lot of games. If you ever decide to sit down and play this, before you play this, play like 10 minutes of the Nintendo Legend of Zelda, and then play this, and that will give you some idea of like, holy shit, like what they had done was pretty wild. It's pretty crazy. Like the bow and arrow, I wish it was a little better. Like I wish you could like move with the bow and then release it whenever you wanted to, instead of having to just like fire from a stationary position. You can kind of move a little bit, but like, you know what I'm like, I wish it was a little more mobile. But, still, it's like iconic bow and arrow, and you can do like sneaky kills and stuff. The boomerang is classic. I love it. The hook shot and the boomerang are a little too similar. Like both of them freeze your opponent and make them drop money. I think it would be cooler if, like, there's some boss fights where you use the hook shot, and the hook shot grabs enemies and drags them to you, instead of, like, dragging you to them, or, like, you hit them and they just freeze. I wish the hook shot did that more. I wish it drug enemies to you, to really give it, like, something to distinguish it from the boomerang. The bombs are cool, and they can, like, reward you for, like, dropping a bomb, hitting a dude, walking away, hitting a dude, and then he explodes, that kind of thing. The magic powder is fun to play with, and, can give you, like, heals. The fire rod's badass, the ice rod's badass. These 3 moves are awesome. The torch does, or the lamp does what the lamp does. The mallet is fun. The fact that you can, freeze and then smash, that's fun. You get your fast travel thing, you got your net. Not much to say about, but, like, they're nice. They're nice. They add something, And then you've got your Cane of Samaria. This magic cape, man, I've not tried it out. That's probably on me. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in this game, and it's fun to go back and play it and think about, like, because for me, when I play it, I'm like instantly transported back to a time when video games were just in a very, very different place, like entirely, and we're like we're being innovated by Nintendo of all people, which is wild. Yeah. It's good. It's good stuff. I'm glad we replayed this. I very much enjoyed it. Also, you know, like I buy a Nintendo Switch and the first thing I do is play Link to the Past. Anyway, I love this game, and this playthrough has been a blast. I hope you guys have enjoyed it.